we'll practice what we talked about. So, if you can feel yourself as a sphere, we divide the sphere into two halves, right and a left. So we'll begin paying attention to the right sphere, which extends forward as far as we can, and if we move the arm to the right arm to the right, this is where our attention goes, all the way to the back. So we are trying to be aware of our right side of the sphere that we are. Maybe if you know of an object behind you that you can cling your attention to or touch your attention to, maybe a cupboard, table, a lamp, anything, a kettle, might be easier for you to be aware, try to be attentive to the right side. Also, you might have an object on your right that you can cling to. So try to be attentive to the right hemisphere. Okay, and now let's go back to our navel center and feel your body the way we began. And now we'll pay attention to our left hemisphere. So if we put forward our left arm, it extends all the way forward, and then we turn the left arm to the left, all the way to the back. This is where our attention is supposed to go, or to be open to. So we try to be attentive to our left hemisphere. And again, if you have an object on your left or behind you that you cannot touch your attention to, it might be easier for you to be aware of the left hemisphere. And now try to merge the two hemispheres together. So part of our attention goes all the way to the back. It's like using muscles that haven't been used before. Muscles of attention. And then slowly we move from the back forward, going through the sides, right and left sides, until we cover all the sphere all the way forward. So we have an impression of the sphere that we are. And now we go back to our navel center and scan the body as we had done in the beginning, from the crown downwards. It's like we're closer to the axis And now we'll divide our sphere, the sphere that we are, into our front and back hemispheres. So the front hemispheres cuts our body from the crown in this direction. So we have front and back hemispheres. And we'll begin with the back hemisphere. So if you have these objects behind you, they might help you in having your attention looking backwards. So we pay attention to the back hemisphere. And now we go back to our navel center again and scan the body from the crown downwards. So we have a closer impression of our axis. And then we try to be aware of our front hemisphere. It's only from where we are forward. And this one is it's easier for us to be attentive in that direction because we are used to pay attention in that direction. And now we'll combine the two hemispheres. So if we are having the front, now we connect to the back hemisphere. So we can experience or be attentive to the whole sphere that we are. And again, go back to our navel center and pay attention to our physical body going from the crown downwards. And this time we divide the sphere into a bottom and or lower and upper hemispheres. So the level of where we cut is a navel center level. And so we go from the navel center, we pay attention downwards in all directions, forward, backwards, side, and to the sides. So we pay attention to the lower hemisphere. And we go back to the navel center again and scan the body from the crown downwards. And this time we pay attention to the upper hemisphere from the navel center upwards. Front and back and sideways too. And again, we'll connect the two hemispheres into one sphere that we are. So we can be attentive to our lower hemisphere, upper hemisphere, front hemisphere, back hemisphere, left hemisphere, right hemisphere. Just be aware of ourselves. So we just tasted a different approach that we can practice. It's like using unused muscles, the unused muscles of attention.